Hello, hola, welcome back to Witches of the Moon. I am the Humble Apprentice. I'm your Friday host. This is season 13, week 16, and the topic for this week is witchy self-care, or witchy quarantine self-care. For me, there have been 4 very important aspects of self-care that I've worked with. I think the first is forgiveness, patience, cleaning and cleansing and clearing. So forgiving yourself for not doing everything that you want to do, everything that you think you should be doing. I think the whole world has changed. We can't expect ourselves to have the same energy available to complete all the tasks that we have to do, or the same energy in the form of your finances and what's available. Also, the ingredients that you work with. It's okay. You can work whatever spell or whatever working you want to do in terms of the craft. Find a substitution. If it's a mint, there might be a different type of mint that's available. You can find some fresh herbs at the grocery store. Whatever you have available to you, if you can't go shopping, look at what correspondences the ingredients that your spell or oil or tincture is requiring. And then there's always a substitution, whether you can substitute it by the element that it's associated with. So if it's a fire associated herb, or a water associated herb, or if it's to bring abundance, or if it's to bring health, there's always a different herb that you probably have in your cupboard, in your kitchen pantry already. If it's a candle, you can always use crayons and melt them over the candle to create the color that you need if you don't have anything but white. There's always a solution, to the physical stuff. I've found that there's always a substitution, a solution that you can replace one element with another to complete, the work that you're doing. And by doing so, you relieve some of the pressure and the stress and disheartening feeling, that we feel when we don't have access to what we normally had access to. But definitely forgiveness, having patience with yourself, having patience with myself. I should speak about myself, because I was getting really frustrated with not completing the list of things that I wanted to have done, during the summer and during the spring. And I was also feeling distracted and depressed. There's a really heavy feeling in my spirit and my heart. And it took some time and going into the lake and actually walking in the water and cleansing my energy. I'd take off my work shoes, my steel toe shoes, take off my socks, and just walk into the lake, roll up my pants. I wasn't prepared to go swimming, but just walking in there and spending 10-15 minutes in the water and dipping my hands in the water, visualizing and asking the lake to cleanse my energy, and then passing my wet hands through my energy field, through the aura, over my face, my head, my arms, my back, and then rinsing them, and then doing it again until my energy felt more in tune and more balanced. And that really helped, because what I didn't realize that was happening, because the energy becomes muddled. And for people that are sensitive and empathic, or clairsentient, or any of the clairs, your energy is commingling with the energy around you. And a lot of people are under a lot of stress, they have a lot of difficulties, and it's just like a cloud hovering over, the towns, cities, and we can feel it, we can sense it. And sometimes, like for me, I didn't realize until it was really, really heavy that it wasn't all my energy, that I wasn't just feeling my stress. And when I did that, there was a release and a sigh, and like a clearing. I released it because I no longer accepted it as mine. I knew it wasn't mine, and there was a letting go of the responsibility of having to fix that, whatever it was that was stressing me out at the time. Because you don't have to fix everything for everybody, I found that making lists and prioritizing the things that I wanted to do on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis also helped me focus, because with all the retrogrades, and Mercury retrograde, and Mars retrograde, and Saturn retrograde, and all the trines and squares, and all the energy moving around in our space, in our solar system, I found that they were also influencing me and bringing some type of heaviness and confusion. And what I found is that when I was working my ritual, sorry, my kitty cat is trying to get in, but I'm not going to stop the video. I am going to stop the video. I had to go take care of my kitty cat. He needed attention. He was scratching at the door. So, yeah. Making sure that my family was or is, knowing that it's stressful right now for all of us, but that we're gonna get through it, that working together is really important, and that I need their support, that we need to support one another in order to do the things that we might have been able to do on our own previously, pre-pandemic. So getting help and asking for help when I, didn't need it before for simple tasks. but definitely helping one another get through what I thought was a very simple thing to do, work around the house, or asking for some quiet time to be able to do my rituals, letting them know that I need to do some of the spirit work, or some of the spiritual practice that I need, maybe some more time that I normally took to meditate and just take care of myself, where before I might have just overlooked that, in order to make sure that everything else and everyone else got taken care of. So yeah, definitely having patience with yourself and knowing that it's important, that you're important, that you need to take care of your energy so that you can help everyone else and do all the other things that used to come so easily before, before all this very chaotic and stressful energy that's coming towards us. Making lists of things that I want to release, making lists of things that I want to clean, items that I want to give away, taking the time to clear the energy in my bedroom and reorganize it, and move the energy around so it doesn't feel stagnant, so that we feel refreshed and re-energized. Making a list of things we want to forgive, people we want to forgive, things to let go and release. So I think right now, 2020 is an energy of clearing, of bringing up things that we may not have wanted to or felt we were ready to deal with and release or forgive. But I think finding the ability to finally just face these, and you don't have to do it face to face. You could just make a list of the people that have wronged you, and forgiving them. Forgiving them not saying thank you or anything, but because you don't need to carry that weight in your heart, on your back, in your energy field. I've been trying to clear out anything that is heavy and painful memories and painful events in my life, because I don't want that as an energy that brings me back to this sense of sorrow and heavy energy. The memory will always be there, but the haunting sentiments, the haunting feelings, the fear, how it takes over your body, that's what I want to release. I want to be able to just forgive them and not have that moment have so much power in my present experience, in my present mind, in my present life. So by releasing it, it's clearing, it's allowing for healing and for other things, the energy that I do want in my life, the experiences, the love, the hope, the the life that I want to live in my future. Yeah, it's a time of letting go of the things that we've been carrying around with us that still causes discomfort. Especially, if you are working from home, it's nice to change the energy so that you don't feel, claustrophobic or stagnant. Before I go to bed at night, I do some stretches. I take my vitamins. I'm definitely taking vitamin D3. Any kind of movement, gentle. You don't want to do a strong workout. What you just want to do is release the tension from your muscles, your joints, your neck, your arms, to have a restful sleep. Drinking a relaxing tea, a mint tea, chamomile, tilia. Oh, for women, raspberry leaf tea is very healing. Calming herbs, and a nice warm cup of tea with a little bit of honey if you're not allergic to honey. That gives me a sense of comfort, and it helps me relax before bed. So just allowing my body, my mind, and my spirit to feel loved and appreciated and taken care of, respected, and also given the time, because we invest our time in the things that we love. If we don't show ourselves love by taking the time to care for our bodies, our minds, and our spirits, it's self-evident. We don't have to say it, we don't have to express it. It's obvious that they are not, or we are not, as important as the other things in our lives. So demonstrating that we care enough to massage our bodies, to feed our bodies, to nurture and heal and teach and nourish our spirits. So it doesn't have to come all at once, but if you do it, slowly. I try to write down 3 things. So, what did I do today for my body? What did I do today for my spirit? And what did I do today for my mind? And you don't have to do it all at once or for a long time. So what I've been doing is I've been making an effort to write in my book of shadows every day for 10 minutes. So that writing, it allows energy out. So that would be for my mind. Burning incense or sage and standing in front of the altar. It doesn't have to be a full ritual, but just focusing on your spiritual self, on deity, on doing your magic work for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, however long you can, but consistently, like every day, building that pattern, building the habit. And for the body, it could be, I drank 3 liters of water today, or 3 bottles of water, or I had 2 cups of tea, herbal tea. Black tea and coffee count as liquids, but because they are also diuretics, they remove more fluids than they actually that you put in with them. So milk counts, juices count, but caffeinated beverages, I don't count them as fluids because they have to be cleansed and cleared with water. But definitely just water. So I drank water, or I ate 2 pieces of fruit or 1 piece of fruit. I had a banana, I had an orange. Nourishing. I took my vitamins today. I worked out today. I went for a walk today. I stretched after I got out of bed today, or I stretched before going to bed. Things like that, where you recognize and acknowledge the time you spent working on yourself. Another thing that I've been doing is writing things down that I want to do, like making a list of the things that I want to do. It could be, in your calendar or in a journal. Taking the responsibility out of your mind of holding all that information and all those to-do lists and jotting them down. So you're taking all that jumbled energy and you're writing it down. You're clearing. Your mind doesn't have to hold that anymore. And then you can, do Post-it notes or make lists of the things and check them off as you start, completing the tasks. But that definitely helps in relieving some of the stress that I've been feeling, especially with the Mercury retrograde. It's definitely changing the way my mind expresses language in a way. So I was in the middle of ritual and I was calling in the quarters, and I was confusing the directions. I was calling north, south, and east, west, and so that definitely was a big cue that the information was clear in my mind. It's always been the same direction. It's always been, the same energy that I put forth towards that area. But this time they were just being like turned around and flipped so that when the words came out of my mouth, it was completely different from what was in my mind. So yeah, right now, there is a lot of energy of confusion floating around that does affect us, especially the more sensitive you are to energy, or if you're a psychic or empath, or clairvoyant, clairaudio, clairsentient. I definitely love coming into a room where I've been burning incense, because my body just relaxes and the energy just feels cleansed and lighter, and it helps me. It creates a space where I can bring my mind into focus with greater ease. Trying to get these 3 bodies that we have, the mental body, the spiritual body, and the physical body, into a state where they can communicate effectively. So feeding yourself, watering yourself, drinking enough fluids to keep yourself from becoming thirsty or becoming hungry. Not overfeeding or not undernourishing. Making sure that the food that you eat is going to give you the fuel, to bring your body into balance and also try to heal any wear and tear that you experience just in daily life, or the additional stress that our bodies have been under, our minds have been under, our spirits have been under recently. I know that there's a lot going on right now with the election and everything, but I stopped watching all of the daily briefings on the virus and the statistics, because they were very, very stressful, and I was almost in a state of panic for a moment. It was difficult because I want to be informed. So I just have little notifications pop up on my phone now. And I want to know what's going on in California, with all the fires, and I'm concerned about what type of relief they're getting. But I've had to disconnect because all that information and constant fear, adrenaline coursing through your body, it puts a toll on the system. Unplugging was a challenge, I think, because it's, you want to be connected, you want to know, you want to be able to offer your help if possible, so that we can get through this period in our history and come out stronger. But I think there is a lot of fear and a play on the emotions too that is hard to ignore and hard to prevent, especially for me, when you see all these people suffering. It's very challenging. So like I said, I still get my notifications. I just don't dive wholeheartedly into the stories. I get like the excerpts with just the prime information that to keep me up to date. So self-care, clearing the energy around your home, your office, and or your workplace. I think that's really important, because most of the distress or the lack of ease or the dis-ease, or starts in the energy field, and then it enters into the physical, and then it manifests. So like I said, burning sage or Palo Santo or pine needles, incense or kifi. I think all those are very important right now for me, because it does help me center, and it helps my mind focus when I feel relaxed, and when I'm not, when my energy doesn't feel like it's on the defensive, or if it's scattered or lacking focus. Yeah, doing the normal things that humans have to do, like the basics, remembering that the foundation of our body, mind, and spirit connection starts with making sure that our basic needs are met, trying to find peace, love, tranquility, and focus. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that this gives you a little bit of an insight, and maybe you can put down in the comments some of the things that you're doing right now to take care of yourself and your family and continue your spiritual practice. Have a good weekend. Have a good evening, and blessed be.